Gotten some comments, a lot of views on your guys' Godzilla video. Which, if you folks haven't checked it out, Jim and Owen do an excellent job in the
Hmm.
review. Got some comments here shortly about that because I finally also saw the movie. Um, I did talk to one of the gentlemen who comments on all of our videos. He is actually he's planning on going to watch it based purely on the strength of your guys' review. So,
Yeah, and as you'll see, I mean, it's good for some, not for all, but you know, I think me and Owen were just blown away by it. I think you were more just like, yeah, it was good.
no, I think it was good. We'll get to it. We'll get to my thoughts here in a moment. I do think it's a good movie. It's not a. This isn't one of those. Oh man, these two are on crack or something. No, it's a good movie. It's worth watching. I'm not trying to say it's not. I just have a few comments. So yeah, if that's it for channel news, we'll go on to movies. Well, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump into the Godzilla thing first.
Yeah, because I mean, we've talked about it already. So, what was your initial? What were your
Well, like
takeaways?
I said, I very much enjoyed the movie. I don't think it's the best movie I've seen this year, but it's definitely on the upper end. It's definitely worth a watch. I thought Oppenheimer was a better movie, but that's just me. Um, so
You're talking
I,
about, this is the result of Oppenheimer.
I know this is basically like a sequel if you think about it. Uh, no, no real complaints. I mean, it's a longer movie, but it doesn't feel like it's a super long movie. Um, Really, it's just a matter of just that Oppenheimer was a better movie. There's not like there's a huge flaw in this one or anything that I saw. I do think I know why the budget was so low. Which, first of all, I think it's probably the 30 and not the 15 million, if I had to guess. I'm sure part of it is just the cost of making a movie in Japan versus Hollywood. I'm sure that's a big part
Yeah,
of it. But also, some of the effects, I think there's a very, I'd have to watch it again, but I was trying to pay attention while also just taking in the movie. But I think they possibly reused the like the walking sequence from a distance when he's in the city and when he's in the countryside because his gait's nearly identical, and the fact that his arms are so small means they basically don't move. So that's one less thing you have to animate. Same with his head. And once he gets up close, the scales look kind of funky sometimes. So I think they did it primarily with, like I said, I think they reused that, and I think they did a lot of far away shots. Now there's also all the shots where he's like definitely in motion trying to swat the plane, and those all look good. So I think they like saved the money for those kind of shots. And also like when he's attacking the city, you see the tanks in front of the building. Like that's actually really bad CGI, but that's fine because in the old movies they're nothing but models anyway. So I was like, this is almost potentially just an homage to that.
yeah.
Uh,
But what did you think about the his nuclear breath or the
yeah,
atomic
like
breath?
they definitely like spent the money on the charge up sequence because that looked excellent. And then the effect, and even there, you save money by you show parts of it, but once it starts to interact with the people, you cut away to just those two, and then really just him and her getting blown away. The rest of it's all just in your head. But it still looked excellent, and like the initial shot when he destroys the battleship from below, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, overall, I really liked the movie. Didn't mind the fact it was subtitled. Um, Although, like I pointed out to Sarah, like the credits are a complete waste
There's,
because unless you read Japanese, like, and I told her I was like, here's where they save money right here. They didn't even translate the credits. Uh,
I definitely think it's a movie that would probably, in time if they went and did an English dub. Now the problem is I think you lose some of the passion of the actors in the
well,
in the
I get what you're saying, and I've always heard that with anime, but with a good dub, you don't.
yeah,
Like, especially since they have it and they could show the people like, here's the scene, so they could read the emotion, and then
yeah,
you know, and plus with the money it's made, they have the money to make a dub now, like
yeah.
for sure. So, uh, then, like I said, I overall I really enjoyed the movie.
Did you think the people side of it was pretty good too? I thought the PTSD was done really well.
I thought that was, and there was something I noticed that really surprised me that in character they were actually very critical of the Japanese war effort in World War II, and that's not something you see a whole lot of because, to use two examples, Japan and Germany, they kind of went different ways with how they handle World War II. Germany's like gone off the deep end of oh never again, and like they constantly like basically internally berate themselves to make sure they never become the
Yeah.
evil Germans again. The Japanese, as I understand it, are a lot more like well shit happens kind of approach to it. Like they don't like go to great lengths to be like yes those things we did were evil. They're just like it was war. So the fact that they were very critical in the movie, a movie made in Japan about Japan, very critical of the war effort and like how they had to go to the kamikaze attacks because they didn't have weapons, because their planes were didn't have ejection seats and all these other things. And at the end, they were just kind of like, all right, guys, well, good luck, when they came home.
Well, did you notice when they were looking at the prototype plane or the uh, anything when they were showing into the cockpit?
I saw what I think you were talking about, the thing on the seat
Yeah.
that looked like it's in German.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm relatively certain that's a German plane.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I saw that, I reached out. I said they're going to say that that's the ejector seat in German or something to that effect.
Yeah, oh, the moment it cut away, I knew he was telling him that was the ejector seat. Because I was like, this guy's had some kind of, hey, this guy's willing to lay it all on the line. He doesn't have to, he's proven himself. He doesn't have to kill himself doing this. You know, so he's telling him. Honestly, I thought that the pull lever was going to be the ejector seat. He was just, because I just figured the bombs are
Yeah.
just going to be armed.
I did like the and obviously you saw the end credit scene on that, right, or kind of the ending.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, which I wonder if that's supposed to then roll into the 1955.
I kind of wondered about that. It's been a long time since I've seen that one, so I don't know.
Um, I did like though the beginning when they were trailing the mines behind their ship, and then finally got one into his mouth and
Yeah,
exploded half his face off.
yeah, yeah. And kind of back on the effects talk. I thought smaller Godzilla, from an effects standpoint, actually looked better than bigger Godzilla. And smaller Godzilla looked a lot more like an actual living creature.
Yeah, well, I think that he.
Although
So
it had the advantage of being completely at night, so
well, and there
the old effects trick.
and see in one of the original Godzilla movies, Godzilla was just a dinosaur that was like on some island. I don't think he was in the Bikini Atoll. I'm pretty sure people would have noticed a dinosaur, but I guess he also swam and ate things from
Yeah,
the deep, so that would explain why he could have been. Speaking of the Bikini Atoll, I guess like they when that detonation went off, like they were expecting like a way lower yield, and because originally they were like, well, this will be fine, like the people on these other surrounding islands, they'll be fine. The radiation won't be that big because we're expecting this yield, but then pretty much they contaminated the entirety of the area where they had to relocate people because of.
yeah.
It was triple the expected yield.
Well, I also noticed that all that bit was all in English.
Yes. Yeah, there
Right?
was no subtitles
I
for
was like,
that.
"Where's the Japanese subtitles?" Like, the home audience isn't going to know what the hell's happening here. But yeah, yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. I expect, if, at the very least, on home video, it'll have a dub. If it doesn't re-release in theaters dubbed, because I mean it's making lots of it's making money. It's successful. They're wanting to expand it. So
Well, and the big one is that I think they're putting Hollywood on watch because they're like, look it, here's a budget that is way below anything Hollywood's putting out, and
And it's a foreign made movie.
well, it doesn't even matter. I mean, the point should be is that the $200 million budget should not be a thing for half of these movies.
no,
Um, and I think to your point, like reshoots and stuff like that, Disney, Marvel, and all them do is to blame. But the thing is that they need to have a competent movie in the first place, and they won't have to do every single reshoot. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's the problem is they're essentially attempting some variant of the Marvel method to write comics with movies, and you can't do that. Like you need to know what you're filming before you start filming.
yeah.
Not well, we'll just make it up as we go. Like when you get so many special effects, you can't do that. I mean, if it were like a comedy, sure, that doesn't involve a bunch of special effects. But anyway, so moving on, there's a. Thank you for watching. This has been a Geek Ball video, Echoes of a Whisper.
this has been a clip from one of our podcasts. The link to the actual podcast this is from is in the description of the video if you want to see the entire thing, which we obviously encourage you to do. But otherwise, if you enjoyed what you saw, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Subscriptions and all the rest is definitely appreciated. Comments, as always. But just in general, thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. And check out the other videos we have here on the channel. See you later.